Hey everyone, Karen here, the co-host for the Higher Self Expo for the Australasian leg of the journey. Hope you're all doing well. Great to see you again. I have another gorgeous speaker to introduce you to, but let me tell you what the Higher Self Expo is all about this year. We're talking about where science meets spirituality. It's a 24-hour live expo that is free to anyone all over the world, live, and all the recordings are free as well. But we do hope that you'll donate because there is a cost involved of putting on this expo. And boy, has it been a lot of work, getting all the speakers together to present to you. And everyone that's doing it is doing it as a labor of love, bringing this information to you and introducing you to these amazing speakers all over the world. But Zane is wearing the cost, Zane Daniel, who created the expo. So if you do donate, you help him pay for some of the costs and marketing costs. Let me introduce you to Janeen Lee Fae. Hey, Janeen.
Hi. How are you? Good to see you, Karen.
Janeen and I had a fabulous conversation on my show, Accentuate the Positive. So if you go to Accentuate the Positive Media on Facebook or YouTube, or you put in my name, Karen Swain, you'll see us there. We had such a great time on the show. I was so blown away. I was so blown away by your story, actually. Janeen is a Feng Shui master. She says it differently to me. But anyway, we don't know how to say the name exactly.
Okay.
Do you want to introduce yourself to the audience, darling one?
Sure, of course. So I say Feng Shui just for the record, but I have a different accent. So, but really, if we translated it into English, it would be environmental energy. So, not this wind water business. That's just a direct translation. But so I'm Janeen Lee Fae, or Janeen Hansen, and my spiritual name is Lee Fae. That was given to me by a sage many years ago, representing the leaf, which is how I got that name. I'm a Feng Shui Grand Master and practitioner of Feng Shui. In fact, this year is my 30th year of being a student of Feng Shui. And I consider myself an eternal student of this art and science.
Yeah, absolutely. Things like that and astrology, I think you could take lifetimes and you'd probably never really understand all the intricacies of what is involved in it, right?
Well, every project I learn something more, something new, and more is shown to me, and we can work with our environmental energy in so many different ways. So it's always a learning opportunity, never a labor, always a
Never
love.
So, darling, well, what will you be talking about at the Higher Self Expo?
So I'll be talking about Feng Shui and about how we utilize environmental energy to kick goals. So Feng Shui is a great example of where spirituality and science meet. So Feng Shui operates is based on ancient mathematics and used in very visual contemporary ways with interiors. And so your belief system is completely up to you what you believe in, and you can still implement Feng Shui. What we find with when we actually work with our environmental energy is that it takes you from where you are to where you want to go at lightning speed. Everything in your world starts to manifest effortlessly. And at this time and the age the earth is, it's really coming into its own. It's already over 6,000 years old, but implemented today makes such a difference in the lives of people.
Well, I can't wait to hear what you've got to say. I know you're a busy gal and you've got a lot of clients. You're a bit of a secret weapon out there, aren't you?
Yes, I've run a referral only based business for 25 years. So I am one of the best kept secrets.
Because I think that a lot of your clients are not so awake, are they? They might be. I mean, if anyone hires a Feng Shui practitioner to help them, they must have some awareness of energy. So they can't be completely asleep.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is we spend a lot of time working on our own energy, so our health and our well-being on the inside, particularly or during COVID as well, people spending a lot of time in their home environments, away from their well Feng Shuied offices that they're used to being in, but not realizing they've been Feng Shuied. Because, of course, the top or the 500 blue chip companies around the world, all of them have Feng Shui implemented at their head office.
Really?
Yeah, every single one. Even Donald Trump says, I don't understand Feng Shui. I just know it makes me a lot of money.
Wow.
And Oprah Winfrey, she had that plaque on the Harpo studio that as you walked into the Harpo studio, it says, take control of the energy that you bring into my space. So they're all
Right.
harness their environmental energy for their goals, for their success.
Yeah.
And as we focus on our sort of inner health and our well-being, there comes a point in that journey where you recognize, oh, hold on a second. Will it make a difference if I do this in my energy space? Or, and we know that feeling from when we stay in a hotel, for example. You'll have the best night's sleep you've ever had, and you'll love everything in the hotel. You'll think the interiors are amazing. You'll want to know where they got their bedding. You'll want to try to recreate that back home in your master bedroom. Or you will have the experience of sat on the edge of your bed at 5 a.m. thinking, when do I get to check out?
Yeah.
And that is the Feng Shui in motion. That's your understanding of your environmental energy when it's working for you and working against you.
Yeah, I remember when Annika was a baby, so it's like over 30 years ago, my husband and I were traveling. We stopped off at this hotel that we just saw, it had a price outside. It seemed reasonable. And it had brown shag carpet on the walls and everything was really dark brown. Anyway, and me being a sort of creative person, I wasn't thinking at the time about energy. I was just thinking about beauty. I just couldn't stand the look of it. And I remember sitting on the bed and I looked at him and I said, I was holding the baby. I said, I can't stay here. He says, what do you mean? I said, I can't stay here. And he goes, don't be ridiculous. And I said, no, it's too ugly. I can't stay here. And he didn't think that was a good enough reason to leave the hotel because it was so ugly. I said, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. And he was like, don't be ridiculous. We were arguing. I didn't realize at the time that I was picking up something more than just it being ugly.
Yes.
I couldn't stay there. So we did leave. Poor suffering husband. He's like, all right. So we packed up the baby and everything, went to find another.
Yeah, we've all had those experiences, but all of us are very capable of translating through our Socratic system. We all translate our environmental energy continuously. So whether you're, when you walk into someone's home, if that feels good, or when you walk into someone's home and it really doesn't, your body will tell you.
Yeah.
So this is so what Feng Shui really is, it's the art and science of really engineering your environmental energy to get the results that you want to achieve, to align your energy with your goals, and your interior choices, not just with your tastes, but with your goals and what you're looking to achieve in this chapter of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the most powerful tool in my toolbox.
It is a powerful, look, I experience it every day. Like I've got a part of the house here where the door to go upstairs is opposite a door to go outside. And I put a table there and I could not sit there because the energy was just, I couldn't sit there. And so
like trying to sit on a runway. Yeah.
Right. And that part of the house is just like, it doesn't really, it's just, you walk through it. It doesn't, like, you can't sit there and utilize it. It's really interesting.
So it'd be interesting to understand, because we have 9 sectors. So it'd be interesting to understand which sector of your life this area is representing, and what you want to achieve in that life area, and then possibly an artwork or something like that. Well,
I have to say, it looks very pretty. It's a very pretty part of the house. I've got flowers sitting there. I've got beautiful artwork sitting there. I've got frames of people I love and stuff. It's a very pretty part of the house. It's just not utilized because it has this energy that.
But anyway, that's referring to a part of your life that is not utilized. Anyway, we're going too deep, and I'm ending up doing a session. But anyway,
I know.
I just love what I do.
We've gone way over time. What would you like to tell people about? Have you got anything going? What have you got going at the moment?
Well, I'm about to embark on 2 different projects. Both of them are builds here in Australia. So the first one is up on the Sunshine Coast, and it's an enormous homestead where there are multiple properties, 3 generations living on 1 block of land. We're seeing much more of this growth in community-based living. They'll have shared facilities such as a pool and a gym. Their budget is extremely lavish. So we're talking very high end for this particular project. Another project I'm working on is much more of a sort of a tiny home build down in Ballina, where a client whom I built a property with 10 years ago in an eco village here in Australia, she's asked me back to build a second property for her, this time down in northern New South Wales. So I'm building a lot of houses with clients, with architects, with interior designers to really optimize the energies within their space. But I also work on projects where people are already in their existing home, whether they rent or buy, and optimizing the space to align them to their life goals, especially at this time of life. Last year, I did a couple of substantial projects. One of them was a new build in Brisbane, and that was a Hampton-style home. That was an exceptional project where we was exceptionally detailed. So a lot of the work I do is aligning people to their goals and working with them on a one-on-one.
How can people engage with you? What have you got where people can contact you and engage with you?
So you guys are making me step into
totally
the modern era and get myself a website, because I have been a referral-based business working globally for the last 25 years. So I do have janeen.com.au. I also have a Facebook group for meditation online and for Feng Shui online. Basically, if you know how to spell my name and you Google Janeen and Feng Shui, you will find me. And
so you've got a couple of Facebook pages. You've got a meditation one, and you've got a Feng Shui one.
Yes.
So if people want to find you, they can find you there. So on Facebook, you're called Janeen. If people want to connect with you, thank you, honey. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And remember, if you want to hear more about Janeen's amazing story, because it's not just about Feng Shui, there's much more to her story, go check her out on Accentuate the Positive Media with me. I think that was the first time you ever shared your story publicly, wasn't it?
My very first.
Yeah. So check her out there because she's just fascinating. Thanks, honey one. I look forward to your
so much.
big love. Thanks, everyone, for watching.